Our next guest is Laurel McKown. Laurel has been a Boulderado employee since 1981, and she has taken great pride in restoring the interior of the hotel back to its original glory. Laurel currently serves as executive housekeeper, and she designs and coordinates the ongoing remodeling and refurbishing of hotel rooms and common spaces. Laurel, when I first started working here in 1983, I remember passing you in the hallways with a gas mask on. Will you please tell us a little about that?
Well, I have very fond memories of a gas mask, and I thought I might just bring a photo in of my gas mask that you'll notice is color coordinated to my outfit. And
you could pass that around as we're
okay, I'll just pass it around.
We'll just go around the square.
In the early 80s, I was working in Boulder as a struggling artist and supporting myself as a cocktail waitress at Molly's restaurant, one of Frank's restaurants, in the evenings. And I did that for a couple years, and he came to me one night, and he knew I was doing artwork, and he had commissioned me to do some collage for him, which I had done. And then he said, well, I bought this hotel, and it's got all this old furniture, and do you know anything about antiques? And I said, well, I love antiques, sure. I didn't know anything about refinishing, really, but I learned. And so I started refinishing piece by piece, maybe 400 pieces, 2 years, 42 rooms later, we were done with the remodel. I was kind of shuffled around to different rooms. Whatever room wasn't being remodeled would become my little studio where I would refinish furniture. And then when that room was ready, I'd get moved to another one. One of my last rooms was on the 3rd floor. I won't mention the room number, but it is our famous ghost room, one of our nicest rooms with a porch that wasn't rented at all. I didn't know why it wasn't rented at all, but it became my work room, me and the ghosts in there working on the furniture. And
so you got done twice as fast.
You betcha. Yeah, and then that was over, and I thought, well, that's the end of this project. And Sid asked me if I wanted to try to do something else, and before I knew it, I was working on another project, a guest house across the street, and trying to be an executive housekeeper that I really didn't know that much about, and kind of learned on the way. Mary Ann was my original supervisor.
Oh, mine too.
When I was on the remodeling crew. And now it's been 20-some years later, and I kind of know what I'm doing now as far as an executive housekeeper, and continuing the design work in the hotel, going back to my degree at least, and working with historical preservation in keeping with the roots of the hotel and keeping it where it should be. And it's been a great 20-some years.